What does racing mean to you? What does racing mean for us? It's a physical and mental battle against the elements. You have to be fully committed. You have to be on top of your game on the designated day, execute the perfect moves, adapt to the changing conditions. But to get there, the road is long, months and months of preparation. Overcome injuries, have a dedicated team to help you get all the perfect conditions to push your limits and make your dreams come true.
I don't know what that dream is that you have. I don't care how disappointing it might have been as you've been working toward that dream. That dream that you're holding in your mind, that it's possible.
I'm Tracey Hannah. I ride for the team Hutchinson UR. I started riding for them at the start of last year. In the middle of the season, I had a big crash at the Val d'Isère World Cup and I broke my femur. It was the day of seeding and I just went out for practice like any other day. Felt pretty good on the bike. I think I was up for my second practice run. I don't remember anything. I don't even know what I was trying to do. I don't even know. I remember like starting at the start gate for that run. So I got airlifted to hospital in Albertville. That's pretty much where they started to figure out that I'd broken my femur pretty bad, broken my collarbone into 3. I had a bruised lung, and on top of that I had a hematoma from hitting the seat so hard. Yeah, I don't know, I guess when I think about it, it's just a nightmare that I don't really have a good memory of. I just have flashbacks. Oh, Dad said lucky minerals. He went through in the dark. Okay. No, to get the insurance company to pay. So I spent a total of 3 weeks in hospital. The first week was in the intensive care unit. My heart rate wouldn't go down and my iron levels wouldn't go up, so I couldn't even sit up without passing out or fainting, and I just wanted to sleep all the time. Finally, Mum came over, which was awesome. Every single day that I was in the hospital, I just wanted to have my crutches. Like in my head I knew I've got a broken leg, so people walk with crutches. Alright, so bring me my crutches. In my head I could try and walk with crutches, but physically it was actually impossible. Finally they bring in a grandma walker for me and said, alright, today's the day, you can get out of your bed and walk. And in my head I was so excited, like, yeah, I'm gonna walk, we're gonna go to the shop, we're gonna go. I thought I would be able to do everything, and sat on the side of my bed, and just sitting up I just felt so dizzy. So they like bring my walker over and everyone was holding me, and then I stood up on the walker ready to go, and I just felt like I was gonna fall over. So I think I might have moved like 1 or 2 steps and I had to fall back into the chair. So I pretty much counted down the seconds, minutes, hours, days until I left. And the day that I left, it was like one of the most exciting days of my life. They took me in the ambulance to the airport, got me in a wheelchair, and me and Mum flew home first class all the way home. At least I have an excuse not to pack my bags.
Hello, I'm Fabien Cousinié and I ride for Hutchinson UR, and I actually have multiple hats because I'm team owner. Every year it's always the same, trying to find the best partner to reach our goals. So this year we had a big challenge to find the best bike brand, and I think we made a good choice. So, first step of the preparation, end of September 2012, testing bike in Whistler. So we brought all the bikes that we could potentially ride. Give it a try on the same track, making time run and see which bike is the fastest and see which bike has the biggest potential for next year, so we can make the right choice to make sure we can achieve our goal. So this Whistler test was really productive. We had a lot of fun. We got to test a lot of bikes, and it was good to see what we like and what we don't like. And I think we just picked up the fastest bike, the Polygon. So now we have to go further and see if we can set up a deal. That's why I'm going to Indonesia. Welcome in Indonesia. Coming to Indonesia was a big trip and a big experience, and I really liked it. It was good to see how much effort Polygon put into mountain bike downhill. Definitely going to Indonesia was a big step into like choosing Polygon as a bike sponsor.
Hey, so I'm checking out the factory. It's just pretty huge.
What could be good, I think, to the adjustability. It's put an eccentric here. You see? Like,
you need
like another eccentric two
yeah.
position.
Yeah.
So
to adjust the geometry.
To adjust a little bit the geometry.
Yeah.
And it's gonna use it's more for the BB. You know?
Downhill riding doesn't just consist of dropping from the top of a mountain and letting gravity do its job. To reach the highest level, you need a degree of physical and mental preparation, just as important as any other sports.
I'm Mick Hannah. I've been riding for Hutchinson UR the past 2 years. 2012 started off well with a podium in South Africa, and then the rest of the year, although it was really consistent, which was my goal, wasn't up to the standard that I like, that I believe that I can be. Then World Champs, I was 4th, and that was a good motivator for the winter. Then I went home, worked super hard, did a lot of training, and just built my fitness and strength and confidence up. Came into 2013 season ready to go and heading for World Champs in Pietermaritzburg.
And once I left Mum and Dad's house and went back home where I used to live in Brisbane, I started road riding more and building up the strength in my leg. Then when it was strong enough, I started working with a trainer in the gym to try and get all my smaller muscles working and get my balance back, start getting like all the strength in my leg that I'd lost back. I don't even know, one leg was that big and one leg was that big, so had a lot of work to do to regain all the muscle that I'd lost. So we just arrived at the shop. My new bikes arrived and I'm about to go check them out. I received my bikes starting to get like pretty excited again once I got my bikes, and I knew that there was a possibility that I'll be able to race the next season. So that's when I started having a lot more fun and enjoying myself again. There was a time that I was pretty down and a bit depressed about it, but once the reality had set in that I can get over it and race again the next year, I was pretty happy.
As a tradition, I start my preparation with a snow scoot trip. It's something that I really enjoyed the last few years, and I think it's such an amazing thing to do when you like mountain bike or motorbike in the snow. It's really good. I even got into snow scoot racing. It's a good preparation for my body and my skills, and eventually I got 3-time world champ. Last year I discovered one of the most amazing places I ever been, New Zealand, and after this snow scoot trip I decided to go back again because it's just mountain bike paradise. So it's like where I build my fitness, where I got the chance to really take some time for myself and meet some friends and discover some new landscape. It's really amazing.
One of the coolest aspects of this sport is that you can ride all over the world, which is a great excuse to travel and discover new cultures.
We all went to Indonesia for the team launch. That's where Polygon's from.
It was really nice to see the new company that we're riding for and just see how much support we had inside the factory on all levels, right from the factory workers up to the owner of the company. So that was fun.
For me it was like pretty exciting because only a few weeks earlier I'd started downhill riding again, so it was good to get on some real tracks and ride with everyone. We had heaps of fun with the team and kind of just bonded, and it was like our family got to have a holiday before the serious stuff started. I thought it was really cool.
For 3 years now, the team used to give all the racing clothes or parts to kids in Africa, but this year Indonesia was a good chance to carry on our action and try to just help some local bike program with some team gear. So it was the best way to finish an awesome trip.
J'ai une petite poussée d'acné depuis on va dire 2 mois, donc je sais pas trop ce que c'est. L'anxiété, le stress, je ne sais pas.
From our Indonesian trip, we flew straight down to Canberra for the national championships. That's a course that I was very interested to see how I would go, considering it's a similar style of race to South Africa later in the year. Canberra has the fitness element to it. With the small shoulder injury I got in Indonesia, it was difficult to do all the practice. We just practiced every second day to let my shoulder recover and not push it too hard.
That was a hard race for me. I was not keen to race. So, after every practice session, I'm pretty sure I went home and cried. I didn't know if I could ever like riding again the way I felt that week. But spent the night pretty nervous. came back and just forgot everything and said, you can just give it and you might be national champion, you might get second. So I gave it everything and I won by less than a second. It was the most amazing feeling I ever had.
Sunday turned out really well. I put in a good run. The weather completely changed. There was no wind, but it was pouring rain all day. And I was able to win the national championship for the 4th time in elite, which is really cool, especially with the podium we had. Everyone on the podium was either a world champion or a World Cup winner, so that was a great start to the season.
Well, after the muddy river that I rode down, I came first. Definitely looking forward to the season. Definitely the perfect start to come at my first race back and come first. I mean, I definitely wanted it from the inside and I tried pretty hard.
After watching Tracey injure herself in Val d'Isère and how hard that was for me and obviously for her, it was such a nice feeling to be standing on top of the podium with her only 6 months later. So that's something that I'll remember for a long, long time. The winter training, which is our summer in Australia, moved back to Cairns, spent a few months there, and Tracey came at the same time, do some good training together, enduro, road riding, downhilling, all that stuff that you need to do to achieve your goals in this sport.
After national champs, I felt pretty good. I was getting excited, like got the first race out of the way, and I was at home training with Mick a lot, and we were getting fit and ready for the start of the season. One day we were out filming. I got a bit too confident and crashed, broke my collarbone. Yeah, that sucks. It was probably, I just remember, like, I knew it was broken as soon as I felt the crash, and I just felt it break, and I was probably the most devastated that I ever felt. I spent the whole walk up to the car bawling my eyes out. I went straight to the doctor and he said won't heal anytime soon without surgery. So I sat in his office for a couple hours and then walked over to the hospital and had my second surgery in the last 5 or 6 months.
This screw actually goes across the fracture site and compresses the fracture site on its right place.
Haven't you ever seen me break a collarbone before?
A big part of mountain bike downhill preparation is bike preparation. It's something really important and you have to take in consideration every element, and with Hutchinson tires we definitely have one of the best brands in terms of development. It's amazing the know-how that they have with the production in France and all the engineer and everything made around Paris. It's been a really good experience to work closely on the tires development. I got to use my studies that I did in mechanical engineering and really try to cross over all ID feedbacks that we have on the track with the engineer of Hutchinson, and we finally end up making a new tires specifically for South Africa, which is something that I think nobody had. So it's actually amazing how much technology can get on a mountain bike tires. Ready for World Cup.
C'est nickel, moi je suis impressionné par la modernité en fait de l'usine. C'est impressionnant.
Our old trailer was so small and so heavy that we were exploding tires while driving, so we had to get something bigger, and I decided to buy a huge truck in bad condition and we had to work on it, and it was just a mission, and I'm really thankful to everybody that helped us.
Fuck the hammer, didn't I?
Hey, I'm Guillaume Cauvin, I'm riding for Hutchinson UR team. Before the start of the World Cup season 2013, all the team came in my house in south of the France for the team camp and to get some riding together before the first World Cup. So after 2012, my last year in junior, my result was not really good and my motivation for this winter was not really 100%. So this team camp was really a new motivation for me. I've been able to follow and ride with Mick, so it was really cool, and it was really the first time that I can ride every day with him, and it was really a good experience for me. I can't wait to prove everyone that I can be fast.
The closer the season gets, the more prepared the riders have to be. The only way to achieve that is to ride more and more until all the movements become second nature.
I enjoy this part of my career. It's nice to be able to ride with someone like Guillaume who's super keen. He has so much heart into the downhill and he wants to do the best that he can. And that team camp, I think, really gave him a lot of confidence to be able to ride together, and he was riding quite fast. It's nice to have been able to maybe help mentor Guillaume a little bit, but also just to watch him work so hard and have so much passion into his racing.
Team camp was a big moment for us because it was the first time we rode on a new polygon prototype, which we put a lot of input in, so it was really good to see that first ride we could see that it was a big improvement and that the bike was really faster. trying some different size of wheels, some bigger wheels to see if it's rolling better over the rocks, and compared to the smaller, which are supposed to corner better. So let's see what the time says.
I hadn't ridden my downhill bike much since I got injured, so it was good to spend time testing and riding the bikes on some harder tracks than we got at home. And like, I really enjoyed riding with Michael, Guillaume and Hutchinson. It was cool to get like some bonding time and get to know the mechanics and get to know everyone on the team really well before we went into the first World Cup.
So the first race of the season this year is Fort William. It's always an exciting time. You've done all your training over the winter, and this year for us we had the nice new truck that the mechanics had put so much time in, and the whole team, not just the mechanics, had put time in building the truck. And Fort William was the first chance we got to show it off, and also to put the new bikes, the Polygon, on the World Cup circuit and test out all the work we've been doing.
Salut, on est à Fort William jeudi après-midi pour la reconnaissance à pied. Donc on va marcher la piste d'en haut en bas pour regarder un petit peu comment c'est et puis pour observer toutes les trajectoires différentes qu'on peut prendre.
It was really nice coming to the first race and standing behind the podium and to have confirmation that you're a contender for this year. That's a really cool feeling.
Welcome
to Bratislava. Et là tu viens là, faire les interviews là. Là la caméra à la main là. Ouais. It's not my side. I always love to do different stuff, and especially urban downhill, which is really close from the crowd, and I love it. So went to Bratislava, a lot of motivation, a lot of fun, but I got short in one jump. I got a little mechanical that sent me over the bars in the stairs, big crash, and I'm lucky to walk away from that crash already, but that sent me straight to the hospital. The verdict was dislocated wrist and ankle. I still had a lot of hope for the rest of the season.
I really enjoyed this race because it was something to take my mind off the World Cups. I was the only girl and it was just a good, fun race with friends pretty much. Ended up coming first out of all the girls.
So Crankworx Europe is always something I look forward to in the middle of the season. It's a bit of a lower pressure race. There's a lot of different races. I raced all the events this year, trying to get King of Crankworx, but also just taking the opportunity to experience enduro for the first time and just to get some good training in.
It's pretty very downhill oriented. So we'll come back and decided to upsize the rotors to 200. So there's a quick pit stop change going on.
Everybody, it's okay if you're mad at what I'm saying. Make peace, baby, shake my hand, cause I'm pretty sure I'm staying.
Really happy with my fitness this week. Since I've been here, I've been training quite hard, and I still had some legs today, even though last night going to bed I was really tired. So I'm really excited for how things are looking for the end of the season.
I say we rock from the rich and roll down the pool, on to the next to dance with the pool. Jump on my shoulders, you can jump on my shoulders. We rock from the rich and roll down the pool, on to the next to dance with the pool. Jump on my shoulders, you can jump on my shoulders.
Ouais, ouais, tu vas faire.
My wrist is broken after a scan check, so the X-ray from the Slovakian urban race were not pretty accurate, so it's a pity, but no operation, so the only thing I can do is road cycling, so...
I'll say the devil's lost control.
And I thought, yeah, I'm gonna go for it this race. I'm gonna show everyone who's back. I went for this road gap that I'd done every other run, like hit a hole, threw me over the back of the berm, and then I just heard that cracking sound again. After my crash, I arrived at the hospital, got x-rays. The doctor pulled him out and he said, "You're going to need surgery." He was sure that I wouldn't be able to race Worlds with or without surgery. That was like my goal for the year, if nothing else, it was to do good at Worlds. That was sad. Started off with an injury and ended in an injury, so not the best. That's life.
Getting injured is part of a sportsman's life. Whether it's you, your best friend, or your worst enemy, the racing will always carry on without you.
Yeah, worked out really well. Happy with how I'm riding. I was exhausted. It's my 7th hard day in a row, so I'm really just excited about how things are heading.
Come on, guys!
Walk on the trailer, like it was a crazy mission. We got that trailer like pretty much dead.
TV Red Bull.
We're at the top of the mountains behind Andorra and had to do a few sprints, testing some different theories. Basically working on crank length and stuff like that for the world champs.
But I keep my handbar, so I did a full front flip, and just come on, and I will stop, like nothing happened, you know.
Eli from Fox Racing Shocks, and we're here doing some testing on the same track that they just got done racing on. We're just going through some different settings and different valving with Mick Hannah. Setting up the bike right now, and we'll get him out. We've got free lap system to set up timing system so that we can gauge performance versus his feedback on the shocks.
That one's felt more stable. I think everyone's looking to get quite a light bike for Worlds, and I'm not necessarily worried about having the lightest bike, but I think we'll be within range and we'll have something that's strong and I can hopefully push a little bit harder.
I didn't.
I bet that's pretty sweaty, isn't it? Tundra on it. It's good then, Nathan.
Yeah, it's possible.
After missing 1 month of racing with a big race like World Cup or French Champ, I had no choice than ride Mont Saint-Anne, even if my wrist was not here 100%, if I wanted to show that I could hold on a bar. So that's what I did. I put some wrist protection and went for it.
Je voudrais bien essayer les dos non rotaillés.
Unfortunately, I had a massive crash with a flat tire on my qualification run, so the weekend was over for me. and I was really disappointed about the overall because I lost a lot of weight.
I was sitting in the start house warming up, and as we all were, and once we got into around the top 15 it started to rain.
Just had a bit of a rainstorm come through right in the middle there. I didn't have the worst of the actual rain, but it was still drizzling a bit, and yeah, it was just a bit wet.
Waiting for some bicycles to come out of this trapdoor. So far we have 6 out of 15. We're missing some.
The main goal of the week was to finalise the bike setup for World Champs, and that went really well with the A-line race midweek. That's the perfect track to set up for South Africa really. And then just a couple of good results, second in A-line, second in the Canadian Open, and then it was off to South Africa.
Concord Whistler was really good for me in downhill. It was a bit rough because my wrist was hurting, and I still got 11th in A-line and first French. Where I really enjoyed it was in dual slalom. 20-second track, no braking bumps, no pain in my wrist, and I rode like I should ride, so it was good. I made it to semi-final and eventually lost for 0.01 seconds the podium, so it was a little bit of a breeze after these long months of pain.
That is sick. Mick Hannah taking that silver medal here today.
I guess, what can I say? Like, just every time I'd gotten on a downhill bike in the last few months, I'd crash. So, of course, I wasn't confident. Like, I would do a run down the hill and just, you know, I wasn't, I didn't even know. I was just trying to feel good on the bike and like not expect too much from myself, but at the same time I knew that the track that suited me the most for the whole year was coming up in 2 weeks and I wanted to do good. But I had to get my head around how I actually felt on the bike, and I felt horrible. I just was scared.
Feel some on my toes. Well, we just arrived in South Africa. We're in Durban. We're going surfing.
I'm never a big fan of track walks since I got a rod in my leg because it hurts for about a week after, but everything I love about a track is on this track except for the sprinting part. But I just love the dust, the speed, the berms, the jumps. This track just makes me happy. So track walk got me a bit excited.
What's up? How's it going? Good.
So yeah, we are right now machining some new linkage to get a different feeling on the bike, specifically for South Africa. So we found that we could do a bit better on one part. So we're trying to make those done in 48 hours. Looks like it's gonna be done, so not too bad.
Yeah, the track's awesome to ride. Super fast, super fun. On like the prototype frame, it's amazing. I don't mind the changes. I think it made it faster, a bit more technical, so a bit of a challenge, but it's alright.
Plan was to practice hard early, to try to get on my lines as quick as I could, and then ride them faster and faster. And even though some of my lines might not have been perfect, it was important for me to just stick to what I knew and get really good at the ones that I had chosen.
So every year after the first World Cup in South Africa, I always finish in the top 20 overall, so I know I could be fast. I got to practice the first day and ride the track, and it was good, but yeah, the luck was not on my side. So it's game over. Nobody crashed today. Was a reserve rider, so Now the confirmation from UCI is coming, so they have to give the list of riders. So it's even if somebody injured, it's gonna be too late. So better look after the boys in the team and Tracey to get some shit happen Sunday. I've never been that close to my goal, and seeing your goal going away, and when you're so close to ride, I think it's the worst thing that can happen.
Do you think we can do 3 runs on the air shock?
Yeah.
Okay. You're feeling pretty...
First run won't really count. Next two will be on.
So you're feeling pretty dialed in on your coil though?
Yeah, well I worked on it like over the last few weeks.
I'll be stressed. Yeah, you can.
They're just such short landings.
Yeah. You get to be ready to just hack to flat.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Okay, let's do that.
Tomorrow is a sitting run, so I'm getting ready all my stuff for tomorrow. The special kit for the world, so it's gonna be cool. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, you'll see all my extremities. You're too close. Bag?
What's that?
These shin pads.
Dropping into the final sector.
And I didn't even get air off the first jumps after the hill. I was going so slow.
Show us the back of your jersey.
Honestly, I feel like so happy to be back riding, and like when I was riding at the first 2 World Cups, I still felt like I was scared and I had fear from breaking my leg, but I think that like my fears kind of eased, and coming back from my latest injury, it opened my eyes a lot more, and in the last 2 months I probably learned more than I did in the last year of having a broken leg. So just thankful to be here and thankful to be able to ride my bike, and on top of that I can today I did a good time and tomorrow I can race. It's pretty amazing, and I mean, in the back of my mind you always want to win, but if you ride for fun and have a good time with your friends, it's pretty awesome. So I'm super excited.
Sometimes I have trouble going back to sleep because I think about being in the pits on time, parking the freaking truck.
What was the rotor bolt thing?
Sometimes I have visions of loose rotor bolts.
I think it is a mechanic under pressure.
Hey buddy. This is the day we are here in South Africa for the World Champ. This is the morning. Just wake up a bit. See you soon. Yo!
Race morning.
Today's the day.
Jump out, I didn't pedal enough. It's sure that I'm gonna have nothing. Like I'd be like this. I can't see!
Simply give in if you aren't strong.
Yeah, practice went awesome this morning. First run, just kind of smoothed out a couple of the lines that I messed up yesterday. Got some good practice on the exit of the first woods, because I lost a lot of time there in yesterday's run, so got that pretty dialed. And second run, I just did a fast top, had a rest, and then did a fast bottom, and felt really, really good. So comfortable with everything, and I know I've done the best I can. Just got to lay it down in the final.
This was good. I really like riding this track, it's fun. Feeling a bit nervous now for my race, but I guess that's normal. I haven't done a race run in a few months, and yeah, this is the best track for it. I love this track. Right now I just try and relax, not think about it. I got all my lines dialed this morning, and then just try not to think about it too much, otherwise I feel sick. Are you nervous?
I feel really good. The bike's totally sorted, so my job's easy. Mick's happy. Reckon we can do it.
Un peu nerveux, mais bon, ça va aller.
Yeah, everything's gonna be alright.
These guys are throwing everything at it.
Please, everything's alright.
Support, and the vibe is definitely coming into the arena.
Oh, no, 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 everything's alright. Yeah, everything's gonna be on. Yeah, everything's
downhill racing, the riders are constantly surrounded by their team, but when they get to the start gate, they are alone, facing their doubts and hopes. They have to fight against only one person, themselves.
The start gate, 1 minute before, I was not really stressed. It was really a good feeling for me. My run was really good. I did some mistake at the top, but I tried to pedal really hard on the middle, and at the finish I finished 22, so it was really a good result for me because the track was not really my tip, and it was cool to know that I could be fast on every kind of track.
I lined up in the gate, watched the clock tick down, popped my goggles on, and I was off. No, I got into the middle and I was like drifting because the track was so dry. Gave it like the first few cranks and I was like, this hurts so bad, and I sat down on my bike and started pedaling, and I said, no, stand up. Jumped the last jump, through the finish line, turned around, bam. It was pretty awesome, like sitting up there and then just watching girl after girl come down. There was 2 girls left to come down, and I had realised that I got on the podium at the World Championships, and that was just the most emotional and best feeling of the whole season, and I don't even know how I pulled that one.
It's really hard to sit in the start, that 5 seconds, when the 10-second beep goes and then it starts to count down from 5. It's just horrible. I'd seen a few people crash in the first corner, so I was super nervous coming into there, but I just backed off and took it nice and steady and then built into my run. One of the more critical points on the track was the tables, and I nailed it. Like I couldn't have done it better. I thought, well, I've done everything I can, and I've just got to get to the bottom.
As we watch.
But he's holding it together.
He's so close to getting to the bottom of this run. It looks like a foolish run from him. He thrives on pain. Mick Hannah. This is the course. This is the World Championship track. He's dreamt of all his life. He's going to smash that time of break. He goes fastest. 2.937 up. Hannah is in the gold medal position here in Pietermaritzburg.
I knew I'd done everything I could. The whole run went just to plan. I just thought, well, that's all I have, and I just hope that's enough. There was 5 riders to go. They're the top 5 guys in the world, but the main guy I was worried about was the local hero, Greg Minnaar. That was the longest 40 seconds of my racing career, I have to say. And he came down, came across the line, and it went green, and that was it. The 2 years I'd spent heading towards that goal was like, it just wasn't meant to be this year. I've been so close quite a few times now. Ever since I was 10 years old, I've been close. I'm sitting there in the hot seat in South Africa, and knowing that I was 0.3 of a second behind the new leader, Greg Minnaar.
The voices shouting for you as you came down the mountain. This afternoon, Dr. Rami Azam, the African Confederation President. What a phenomenal results, Jared Graves. That's unbelievable. For the national anthem.
team was aiming for the moon and reached the stars, silver and bronze stars. Of course, when you come that close, silver has a bitter taste, but once the dust has settled, you realise that what has been accomplished is exceptional and will always be remembered as one of the best moments for the riders and for the team. Whatever happens, the memories they'll keep from this will be golden.
So for me, 2013 season has really been a game changer, and now I know that I can be fast and I can race with a top guy next year.
It's been tough, but I would not change my life for anything because I love racing and owning a team. I will need more than a hard season to give up.
No matter how many times I go down, I know now that I'm strong enough to never give up.
I love racing. I've always loved racing and I love it more than I ever have now. And my biggest dream is to be world champion, to be at the top of the sport that I love, and I don't want to stop until I win.
You can live your dream.